Retire Plugged In newsletter issue number 12. Finish line or launching pad? Which retirement will you choose? The real truth about retirement. The answer to, I have no idea what I would want for a second act. How do I figure out what would make it legendary? Pillar 3 in our series is growth and learning. The curtain rises on your curious second act. We work for 30 or 40 years anticipating the day we can retire. What does that mean? For many, it's the much needed rest after years of the grind of going to work every day, perhaps rising much earlier than we wish, driving, translate wasting hours of your life, to go to a job you don't enjoy. If that's you, I can understand how retirement becomes the finish line in your life. We've already discussed in previous newsletters how to stay vigorous in retirement, issue 8, to enjoy this restful new time with pillar number 1. In issue 10, we addressed how to broaden our connection and social life in pillar number 2. How do we avoid the prevalent scams attacking retirees was in issues 4 through 6. All of these are important to a contented, happy retirement. But what does it actually take for retirement to become the launch pad for the best chapter of your life? What if the best is still ahead? Let me ask you something that might surprise you. What if the most transformative, meaningful, and exciting chapter of your learning life isn't behind you, but directly ahead? Because here's what the science tells us and what I've witnessed firsthand. Those who thrive in retirement, who radiate energy, purpose, and joy, are almost universally people who never stopped being curious, never stopped learning, never stopped growing, not afraid of being the newbie at something. They didn't hang out in the lobby waiting for life to happen. They walked through a new door. And that door, it's still wide open for you. We've talked about your intermission where you hang out in the lobby of your life, relaxing. Great. Go on those dream trips, take those naps. But then what? So, how do we create that legendary second act? That would be through pillar number 3, growth and learning. Most of us think of growth and learning in relation to children or preparing for a job or a career. What if the most important classroom of your life isn't one you attended at 20, but one you're about to walk into at 65? Why are growth and learning more important in retirement than ever before? The brain is not fixed. Neuroplasticity means it literally grows new connections at any age. Learning new skills is one of the most powerful protectors against cognitive decline. Boredom is not just uncomfortable, it's dangerous. Growth is the antidote. There's psychological power in having something to work toward. Goals give us meaning. Remember, we're creating our second act. We all know that the greatest performances aren't given by actors who stopped rehearsing. So, what is neuroplasticity and why is it a key to the legendary retirement? Have you heard of people who have had strokes, lost their ability to speak or complete simple actions, and then came back to full functioning? The brain is amazingly adaptable. The brain has functional plasticity, or the ability to move functions from a damaged area of the brain to an undamaged area. This is the foundation of physical and cognitive rehabilitation. Learning and memory. Every time you absorb new information or learn a physical skill, your brain builds physical connections to store that data. As we age, the growth of new neuron connections in our brain is essential. How do we consciously grow new neuron connections? By challenging your brain with entirely new, complex tasks, like learning to juggle or speaking a new language or learning tech, even though it seems formidable to some of you. Well, that all sounds great, but I have no idea about what I might want to do. Well, good news. You can figure it out with 3 simple questions. First question, what did you love before life got busy. Ladies, as a child, did you love crafts? Did you enjoy dancing school, dress up? Guys, were you fascinated by cars, racing, constructing things? I loved crafts, even had a kiln to make copper enamel jewelry. Went to art school for charcoal drawing and dreamed of becoming a commercial artist. I did glass painting and painted murals on my kiddos' bedroom walls. I love to be creative, but my creativity today leans more toward gardening and cooking, creating colorful landscapes in my yard, and innovative meals for dinner. My husband has always been a motorsports man and a fix-it man. He loves all racing, particularly dirt racing, not on asphalt for him. He taught youngsters how to win in go-kart racing, ran dirt bikes, and won championships with his cousin in tractor pulling. He still follows those sports, loves to go-kart race, and creates new ways to do things around the house. He loves to tell the story of how, when he was 14, his mother had trouble opening some drawers. The drawers were wood and would stick. So while she was at work one day, he waxed the runners and waited for her to be amazed when she opened the drawer. She was definitely amazed as she sailed backward across the room when she went to pull out the drawer. He and I, we make a great team. As I dream up projects like my self-watering 4 by 16 foot above ground garden bed, I want it for my tomatoes. He patiently explained why my idea of construction wouldn't work, his engineer brain, but how he could make it work by constructing it differently, which he did, and it works marvelously. One more example from my own life. My daughter, as a child, loved to sew, and I even enrolled her at the age of 10 in a college course to create Cabbage Patch dolls, all the rage in the 70s. They didn't want to take her because of her age and wondered about her abilities, but allowed it if I attended also. She not only wound up the star of the class, but she also assisted the teacher with other students who were having trouble. She went on to make wedding dresses as a teenager for wedding fashion shows on the New Orleans riverboat. But, as with so many of us, life got in the way. As a young divorcee, she went to work for the federal government. She just retired last year. What do you think her second act is? Yep, her dream came true. Now designing and producing unique wedding gowns. That's also a great extra retirement income. What did you love before life got in the way? What hobbies, dreams, or passions did you set aside? How can you use those passions in something now today? It's never too late to learn something new. Second question, when do you feel most alive? Many people answer this question thinking energized, as in your body, but it's your mind. It could be a sedentary activity like reading a mystery novel and enjoying a group who have also read it. What do you enjoy so much that you're surprised later by how much time has passed? Maybe it's physical, maybe it's not. It could be doing something like walking on trails or puttering with your hobby in the garage. You're in your zone when your spouse comes in and says, "It's 7 o'clock. When are you going to stop?" What activities make you feel alive? Swimming, pickleball, gardening, creating with your hands? If you have no idea, I have great news for you. Today, you can research new possibilities on the web. Tell ChatGPT about yourself in great detail. Tell it what you did as a career, whether you liked it, where you live, if you're married, what you've ever done and enjoyed in the past, whether you want to do it in a group or by yourself, what skills you think you already have, and consider what your local county offers in classes and activities for seniors. Then ask, what unique activity do you think I'd enjoy as a hobby or pastime? You can also ask, do you need to know anything else about me to give me the best ideas? Most people use ChatGPT for answers, but it works much better if you hold a conversation with it. If it gives you a suggestion you'd never do, tell it. Tell it what you think of its answer. Ask how you'd learn about this. Where can you get involved? Sounds weird, but it'll search the internet for ideas for you. And unlike your friends and family, it won't judge what you say. Question number 3, what do others often come to you for? I want you to think hard on this one. Hard to believe, but everyone has something they've learned that other people would love to know their secret. It might be as simple as a recipe everyone loves that you learned from your grandmother, or how you seem to effortlessly organize your garage. Share it. With whom? Where? There are retiree groups in almost every county. Google it. You'd be amazed how fulfilling it is to share and learn other people's secrets. You have unique strengths, wisdom, and gifts. We're not talking major accomplishments or necessarily what you did for the career. We're talking about who you are. Maybe you're a great listener and you love being around children. Perhaps becoming a big brother or big sister could not only be fulfilling, but also change someone's life, creating a legacy for you. I encourage you to explore that. You don't need special training. You don't need to be a superhero. You just need to be there for someone. There are endless ways to make your retirement legendary and a launch pad for the most fulfilling chapter of your life. Go look for your legendary retirement. And next week, now that we've reflected on what might make our retirement legendary, how do we design your retirement life? We'll see you next week.